I want to tell you about the experiences of two very real people. Identities have been changed, and my own story. The first person is Jan, an experienced litigator in a medium-sized Vancouver firm. She was recovering from cancer treatment and caring for her terminally ill husband when she began working entirely from home to manage the demands. She worked excessive hours to keep up with her practice and care for her husband. The demands became unbearable and her life a blur. Overwhelmed and suffering from compassion burnout, Jan crumbled. She failed to attend an examination for discovery, file an application response, start an action within the limitation period, file an appeal in time, and respond to any client requests. No one at her firm realized what was happening until it all fell apart. We received numerous claims as a result. The second person is Dave, a solicitor in a small firm and a small town. He went from a healthy family man with 3 kids to an online gambling addict. As is often the case, it started small and spiraled to where he would withdraw tens of thousands of dollars from trust and gamble it away uncontrollably in literally seconds. When Law Society auditors caught up with him, he admitted his theft and later resigned. He also reported numerous claims for theft under Part B of the policy. When I asked Dave why he did not reach out to the Lawyers Assistance Program, he said, "I now know that if I'd gone for help, I'd have got it, but I was in denial. Then I thought I could fix it myself." But he couldn't. In the end, Dave undertook to relinquish his license for many years, and with his family faces the negative publicity and financial consequences of it all. The experiences of these two lawyers are not unique. In a recent survey, 29% of Canadian lawyers reported experiencing moderate to severe depression, 36% reported anxiety, 56% reported burnout, and potential alcohol dependence was seen in 40% of legal professionals. The stunner is that 1 in 4, at least once in their careers, have thought about killing themselves. We have seen a shift away from stigmatizing depression and anxiety, especially in younger lawyers, but not so much regarding addiction, which continues to be perceived by some as a personality flaw or weakness. We need to keep challenging this perception, stop ignoring the signs that something isn't quite right with someone, refrain from judgment, make contact, and have conversations. Where to begin? Be a better colleague. Reach out when you believe someone in your office is going through a hard time or has a mental health issue. Ask, "Are you okay? Is there something I can do to help? Can we talk?" Start the hard conversation. Can this really change anything? Definitely can. The belief that they could just fix themselves was the main reason Jan and Dave didn't seek help. As lawyers, we are hardwired to help others, yet so afraid to ask for help ourselves. Sometimes our colleagues simply need an act of kindness for you and me to reach out and start the conversation, and then give space for a response. What can you do for you? Well, to share acts of kindness and compassion with others, you need to give yourself the same gift of grace. If you feel out of control, shame, anxiety, depression, or you're willing to admit you may have an addiction, you may not be able to fix it yourself. Please seek help. I went through a period of real anxiety flowing from obsessive-compulsive behaviors and a need for perfection in my work, as a parent, frankly, in everything. I wanted to escape myself. I took several courses of different doctor-prescribed medications, Paxil, Effexor, Zoloft, but it wasn't until I got help through counseling that I started to feel better. I was able to let go of the meds and find an even keel. Well, a more even keel. Where might you find that help? I mentioned LAP earlier. It provides confidential, peer support and counseling on a variety of issues. LAP is considered the best program of its kind, and its counselors have helped literally thousands of BC lawyers reclaim their lives. And they're there to help even if you just feel anxious or unhappy with practice or life. Another avenue for help is TELUS Health One. Confidential counseling services for the legal community are funded by us, so there's no cost to you. And then there's the Canadian Mental Health Association that provides superb urgent and non-urgent healthcare resources. What can you do today? Well, some tools are basic things we know but don't practice, like taking moments for ourselves. When we don't do this, over time we start to feel exhausted, anxious, or depressed. Eventually, we may even burn out, whether we recognize it or not. Any of these states could lead to clouded judgment, missed deadlines, procrastination, and even concealing your lack of progress on files by concocting orders, reasons for judgment, and even entire discovery transcripts. At LIF, we've seen them all. Trying to fit healthy activities into an extremely busy schedule can feel impossible. I get that. So start small. You don't need to run a marathon today. For now, just take a moment. Go outside and walk around the block. Meditate for 5 minutes. Eat your lunch somewhere other than at your desk. These breaks will make you feel more productive. And next, find your jam. For me, as many of you know, that's performing and competing in an a cappella women's chorus. Singing is so healthy for us, but more critically, the connection with real people, non-law people, instead of make me much more ready to meet the demands of my job. If you prioritize your health, even in small increments, your family and clients will be better off, and most importantly, so will you.